Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, April 16th, at 8:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 713 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Senators to Biden, waive vaccine intellectual property rules. Eric Greitens was biggest donor to own Senate campaign, state filing raises red flags. David's Cafe on Miami Beach closed last year, now a new restaurant is going in that spot. Beijing warns U.S., Japan against collusion versus China. Why are so many babies dying of COVID-19 in Brazil? Day workers leaving India's Mumbai as virus dries up jobs. BSO deputy shoots, kills a knife-wielding man who harmed himself in store, police say. Prince Philip news, funeral will show how much armed forces loved and respected Duke, says General Sir Nick Carter. Indianapolis attack, at least 8 killed during mass shooting at FedEx facility. Washington man attempted to run over, threatened to shoot Hollywood officer, cops say. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Hong Kong court jails Jimmy Lai and other prominent activists for 8 to 18 months over 2019 protest, CNN. The Democrats' giant dilemma, Politico. Gunman kills 8 at FedEx warehouse in Indianapolis, NPR. Prince Philip, Duke's 4 children to walk alongside coffin at funeral at BBC News Live BBC. Pro-police televangelist Pat Robertson slams Derek Chauvin, Kim Potter, says we cannot have a bunch of clowns policing the U.S., Yahoo News. Chicago police release new video it says shows slain 13-year-old Adam Toledo was armed, New York Post. U.S. expels Russian diplomats, imposes sanctions for hacking, The Associated Press. Mercedes kickstarts Tesla offensive with luxury electric car, Financial Times. Michigan hospitals near COVID capacity as expert warns of new pandemic, Yahoo, Voices. Vaccinated will likely need third Pfizer jab within 12 months, then annual shots, HuffPost. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Fox host flames South Dakota Governor Christie known for awful message to illegal immigrants. Notre Dame, tree killer, centuries-old oaks felled to replace Gothic spire. For 25 years, taxpayers picked up polluters' Superfund bill, that may finally change. New study shows just how bad early school start times are for kids. 57 dazzling photos of Anya Taylor-Joy's style evolution. Why whole bean coffee is infinitely better than ground. 2 fearless little terriers chase trespassing bear out of their house. Ted Cruz shows his true colors once again with mask stance. Chris Hayes dismantles Fox News for dangerous propaganda over coronavirus. Trevor Noah on the grim reality of having the talk in black families. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Woman admits helping nephew steal $50K to leave. Delivery man gets COVID vaccine on Hoagie Run. 3 in custody after 12-year boys killed in shooting. Armed man makes woman, girls get money at ATM. Man riding stolen motorcycle taken into custody. Miracle baby thrives after being given 0% chance to live. Students complain about bar's COVID practices. Boy shot and killed while sleeping. Andrew Yang video triggers backlash. Man charged with hate crime in church fire. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Got a confidential news tip? Visit at home. Rosie could be a riveter only because of a care economy, where is ours? Booster shots may be needed, drug makers and scientists say. Hundreds protest near Minneapolis for fifth night. At least 8 dead in shooting at Indianapolis FedEx warehouse. Hong Kong sentences Jimmy Lai, other pro-democracy figures, to prison. COVID-19 pushes India's middle class toward poverty. The agony of pandemic parenting. What to know about the Chicago police shooting of 13-year-old Adam Toledo. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Daunte Wright shooting, is progressive push putting due process in jeopardy? Pence receives pacemaker after slow heart rate, what to know? Hayley Hasselhoff, David Hasselhoff's daughter, becomes first curve model to land a European Playboy cover. John Yoo, Democrats court packing pushes next step in radical march to destroy another American institution. Indianapolis FedEx shooting leaves at least 8 dead, suspect kills self, reports. U.S. spy plane escorted by Russian fighter jet over the Pacific, report. Prince Philip, Queen Elizabeth's lasting marriage was based on mutual respect and space, source says. Chicago protesters demand answers after release of Adam Toledo shooting. Adam Toledo case, AOC says prosecutor lied about police killing a child. California standoff ends after 5 hours with arrest of slain woman's estranged husband, reports. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, April 16th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Bill calling for expansion of Supreme Court slammed as court packing by Republicans, but what does that mean? Molly Bernard shares a special message to younger fans ahead of final season, our fans are why we exist, we will miss you. These kids are going to be traumatized, residents at epicenter of Daunte Wright protests feel powerless. Stimulus check latest, will there be a 4th relief payment? Watch the Derek Chauvin trial live. Mr. Rogers' former home in Pittsburgh goes up for sale. CDC study finds airlines should leave middle seat empty to reduce COVID spread. Zoo Miami helps discover a brand new spider species in Miami. Wild ride, suspected DUI driver leads police pursuit on Sacramento Executive Airport runway. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Not fair to brand J.K. Rowling a transphobic bigot. Ukrainian Navy threatens to shoot Russian FSB boats near Kerch Strait. Prince Philip's funeral, Lady Louise Windsor, 17, and James, Viscount Severn will accompany Sophie. FedEx shooting, multiple victims after shots fired at facility near Indianapolis Airport. Strictly Come Dancing hope to land Chris Whitty for 2021 series. Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers want her trial delayed after new charges so they can re-review evidence. UK weather, Britain will bask in 63F on first weekend after COVID rules were eased. Best savings, how to get chips 1.25% easy access rate and a 10 bonus. UK population grew at slowest rate since 2003 last year amid COVID crisis. Crackdown on Al Fresco Friday, Primrose Hill will be shut after 10 p.m. tonight and over weekend. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Iran starts enriching uranium to 60%, its highest level ever. Hong Kong sentences democracy activists to prison over peaceful protest. Indian vaccine maker asks U.S. to ease export curbs. Hong Kong democracy leaders given jail terms amid crackdown. AstraZeneca is the workhorse for vaccinating the world. Now, the world is uneasy over clot risks. Top science advisor says nothing should detract from Americans getting vaccinated. U.S. could have 300 million extra vaccine doses by end of July, raising concerns about hoarding. China's economy is roaring back, a year after coronavirus shutdown. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. This is it. If we don't amp up, we're goners. A last chance to confront the climate crisis. Millions of Americans think the election was stolen. How worried should we be about more violence? Innovative gun violence program saved many lives and millions of dollars, researchers find. They capture history, the project saving Spain and Portugal's shop signs. Simon & Schuster refuses to distribute book by officer who shot Breonna Taylor. How Canada is trying to protect its last 3 spotted owls. Hong Kong pro-democracy figures given jail terms of up to 18 months. EU and UK hold productive talks on Northern Ireland crisis. Alarm is growing, Michigan governor faces shutdown dilemma as COVID cases rise. Why so many lobbyists are courting Senate Democrat Joe Manchin. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 8 dead, several wounded following mass shooting at Indianapolis FedEx facility. California woman says she drowned children to protect them. Fauci clashes with GOP lawmaker over when COVID restrictions should be eased. Biden says he warned Putin he could have gone further on sweeping Russia sanctions. In Texas, GOP voting bill zero in on Democratic Houston. U.S. opens more distance in worldwide race against coronavirus. Police shoot man firing wildly at people outside San Antonio airport, police. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Hong Kong, Jimmy Lai sentenced to 14 months for pro-democracy protests. China's economy grows 18.3% in post-COVID comeback. Indianapolis mass shooting, 8 dead at FedEx facility. Jimmy Lai, the Hong Kong billionaire's last interview as a free man. Adam Toledo, Chicago police release video of officer shooting boy. Denmark, 3 die of salmonella poisoning linked to herbal remedy. Titanic, searching for the missing Chinese survivors. U.S. imposes sanctions on Russia over cyber attacks. How sex surrogates are helping injured Israeli soldiers. How George Floyd's death changed a small Iowa town. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Becoming American, this unaccompanied minor nearly drowned coming to the U.S., now he has a new life in Florida. A dream come true, the life of an unaccompanied teen migrant, 10 years later. At least 8 dead, more injured in shooting at Indianapolis FedEx facility, authorities say. Indianapolis FedEx shooting, gunman, 8 others dead. U.S. reports 30% of adults fully vaccinated, Florida education official tells schools masks optional, latest COVID-19 updates. Chicago reacts to fatal police shooting of 13-year-old Adam Toledo. Today in history for April 16th. We failed Adam, body camera video show 13-year-old Adam Toledo put hands up before fatal police shooting in Chicago. No permit gun carry legislation advances in Texas after years of stalled efforts. CDC, breakthrough case numbers show vaccines work, Pfizer CEO says third shot likely needed within 12 months, live COVID-19 updates. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County and city libraries will reopen soon, here's what to expect. Lost for decades, a World War II hero finally comes home. Protesters march in Hollywood denouncing Daunte Wright shooting. Earthquake, magnitude 3.5 quake reported near Fortuna, California. Los Angeles Police Department officer killed a man who had thrown a hammer, video shows. I drowned them, mother admits after 3 young children killed in Reseda apartment. Stanford begins testing Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine on children as young as 2. Ex-husband stabs woman to death in Santa Clarita home, authorities say. Riverside County aims for COVID-19 herd immunity by mid-June. Column, Pioneer Hardware is one of the last reminders that Beverly Hills is more than just a glitzy zip code. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, April 16th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. The nation's Corn Belt has lost a third of its topsoil. Worse than invasion, China ships poach 240,000 kilograms of fish daily in PhDs, says group. 3 resign from Auschwitz Museum board over appointment of right-wing politician. Russia and Ukraine on doorstep of war with 500,000 troops on move. New Zealand wants to ban cigarette sales to anyone born after 2004 as part of plan to make nation smoke-free by 2025. New Zealand is considering a ban on smoking for people born after 2004 as part of a series of measures aimed at stamping out smoking. Russian military vehicles with invasion stripes descend on Ukraine border. Gynecologist exiled from China says 80 sterilizations per day forced on new hires. Greek Orthodox Church took tens of millions in rent from aged care home at center of deadliest COVID outbreak. Pakistan temporarily blocks social media platforms including Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, and Telegram. Indian drug maker says US is hoarding vaccine ingredients, marketplace. An end to cigarettes, New Zealand aims to create smoke-free generation. Hundreds of people throw cow dung on each other as part of a local festival in India. Meanwhile, India records over 200,000 COVID cases over the last 24 hours. World first ruling in Australian court as Google faces massive fines over data breaches. Batches of 50 to 100 Uyghur workers are being advertised on the Chinese internet. The next headlines are from Forbes. It's time for bold executive action to transform retail and CPG. Just 2 songs into her career, Olivia Rodrigo has already made Hot 100 history. Nia Long on the importance of generational wealth and legacy. Target plans to bring some new life to a downtown Pittsburgh landmark. GM and LG make Tennessee battery plant official with $2.3 billion investment. Stitch fixes future after founder Katrina Lake. It's looking more like every other online retailer. Joke Dogecoin hits all-time high with $48.3 billion market value. Juventus need $120 million by July. If Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't leave, who will? Academy of Country Music CEO Damon Whiteside on 2021's historic ACM Awards. Oscar winner Kate Winslet explains how fear led her to take on playing a detective in the TV crime drama Mare of Easttown. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Will the United States make its most dramatic climate pledge yet? The race to curb the spread of COVID vaccine disinformation. Flowers adapt to welcome the birds, but not the bees. Wiggly signal hints of an aurora on a planet far from the solar system. Author correction, rebuilding marine life. India's COVID vaccine woes, by the numbers. First monkey-human embryos reignite debate over hybrid animals. How many T-Rex ever existed? Calculation of dinosaurs abundance offers an answer. Animals around the world follow the island rule to a curious fate. An unprecedented genomic analysis helped to curb an Ebola outbreak. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,699,033,239 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. How animators built the magic of wolf vision for wolfwalkers. How Mythic Quest booked Anthony Hopkins for Everlight special episode. Pogo's Rusty Young, R.I.P., a bandmate offers an appreciation of a hero turned friend, and last words about tuning. Courtney Cox, Greg Kinnear, Mira Sorvino horror comedy Shining Vale order to series at Stars. F9 feat set to release in China in May. Secretly Canadian co-founder Chris Swanson looks back on the label's first 25 years. Chrissy Teigen is back on Twitter, I choose to take the bad with the good. Agatha Christie's Sven Jersen scoops MIP Drama's top prize, Global Bulletin. New DMX song drops, Been to War, featuring Swizz Beatz and French Montana. In the Heights to open Tribeca Film Festival. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Antibody drugs for COVID-19 are a cumbersome tool against SARS. Biden administration too spent $1.7 billion to track spread of coronavirus variants. A worst nightmare cyber attack, the untold story of the SolarWinds hack. South Africa bamboos to stop COVID, a harsh truth was revealed. 9 Hong Kong pro-democracy activists sentenced for 2019 protests. Dispatches from quarantine, how young people are documenting history. Why local election officials in Georgia take issue with many parts of new law. In talks with Japanese Prime Minister, Biden to focus on countering China. Republicans and Democrats largely oppose transgender sports legislation, poll shows. Can the Afghan army hold off the Taliban without the U.S.? The following headlines are from The Week. Jimmy Kimmel and Seth Meyers mirthfully audit Matt Gaetz's Venmo receipts. The question that will decide the Chauvin case. Happy 10th anniversary to Game of Thrones best villain. The fake innovation of gig companies. How a music teacher falsely accused of pedophilia sparked the Matt Gaetz investigation. At least 8 dead in Indianapolis FedEx shooting. Biden's Justice Department hasn't killed Trump's land seizure cases at U.S.-Mexico border. Multiple people shot at FedEx facility in Indianapolis. Philadelphia teacher sells thousands of cheesesteaks to take mom on trip of a lifetime. Pro-police televangelist Pat Robertson slams Derek Chauvin. Kim Potter says we cannot have a bunch of clowns policing the U.S. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Leggy this week, instead of addressing mass shootings, lawmakers expand gun rights. Texans with disabilities were left to fend for themselves during Winter Storm Uri. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. 2 eruptions, both alike in dignity. Physicists announce first results of Fermilab Muon G2 experiment. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Ground-based lasers could push space debris off collision course orbits. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, April 16th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Is Jupiter a key to finding dark matter? Earliest known honey jars in Africa are 3,500 years old. How to take photos of star trails. Astronaut Soichi Noguchi sets a new space record. Yellow balls offer insights into star formation. Martian hill named to honor curiosity scientist. Sea level rise creating ghost forests in U.S. East. Milky Way season has started. The next news is from Politico. Biden's Afghan pullout triggers unease among NATO allies. Biden's first 100 days. Bush pushes immigration reform as GOP sidesteps a deal on it. Facebook oversight board delays decision on Trump ban to the coming weeks. Biden administration investing $1.7 billion to better track COVID-19 variants. Police, 8 dead in shooting at FedEx facility in Indianapolis. Election objectors leaned on small donors after corporate PAC backlash. Democrats hand their foes a weaponized way of filibuster loophole. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. Lawmakers scramble for musical chairs to view Biden's first Capitol speech. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. A great Australian and treasure, Andrew Peacock dies in the US aged 82. What we need is a dose of reality for our safety. As it happened, AFL 2021, Eagles take down Magpies who lose how, to Goworoy. Trade Walls heritage interior exquisitely restored. Market wrap, all the leasing and sales activity in and around Sydney. COVID-19 and rising yields create headwinds for listed property vehicles. We've got to finish the job, why Penn isn't hanging up at Telstra. Investors testing the market with $100 million plus in listings. Stars align for the Essendon Motel, the set of Hollywood movie Blacklight. Journalists need to take social media responsibilities seriously. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Luckin Coffee announces fresh investment in new auditor, driving shares up for the week. Coronavirus update, WHO says global COVID-19 cases nearly doubled in last 2 months, making vaccine drive more urgent than ever. Metal stocks, gold prices rise, head for best weekly gain of the year. The moneyest, my fiance's mother asked us to raise her 2 kids, as we live in a good school district and she has a gambling addiction, then she claimed their stimulus checks. The moneyest, I'm on track to retire at 58, my fiancé is in debt and drives my old car, and I support her family, how do I ensure my son inherits my wealth after I die? What determines when Americans reclaim liberty? Jim Jordan demands of Dr. Fauci, here is his answer. NBA star Kevin Durant invested in Coinbase in 2017, his stake is now worth 53 times what it was worth then. Dispatches from a pandemic, mass vaccination was never expected to go perfectly, or provide 100% protection against COVID-19. The Fed, U.S. economy ready to rip, new Fed governor says. U.S. laps tough new sanctions on Russia over election meddling and hacking. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Federal Circuit invalidates means plus function claims for computer-implemented inventions, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Managing priority in U.S. and European patents, Lexology. Patent examination finally begins in the Kuwaiti Patent Office, Lexology. COVID-19, vaccine production and distribution has exposed and intensified global inequality, scroll in. Amgen tells full Fed, Circ, antibody IPX dooms biologics, Law 360. Some teaching tips for IP trial lawyers, the National Law Review. Standing to appeal post-grant proceedings, a brief review of recent Federal Circuit opinions, J.D. Supra. Commentary, shakedown attempt at WTO is a threat to U.S. intellectual property, Charleston Post-Courier. Patentability of chemical and biotechnology inventions according to the New Mexican law, Lexology. How cancer-fighting cells, VR training and other UCF inventions are commercialized, Orlando Business Journal. The next headlines are from Quartz. The reason Zoom fatigue hits women harder than men. Taser stun guns have a big design problem. The Dallas Fed confirms climate-proofing the electrical grid is well worth the cost. China GDP bounce, Coinbase effect, human monkey embryos. Walmart, Costco, and Uber are competing more than ever for labor. East Africa wants to be the continent's maggot protein hub. What will happen to Citibank customers' accounts and credit cards as it exits India? Cleartrip is just the first pandemic casualty among India's online travel agencies. Is India's second COVID-19 wave impacting more youth and kids than the first? In cartoons, the grim reality of India's COVID-19 surge. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Wall Street stock jocks are worried about a modest uptick in broadband competition. Platform Wars update, Epic Store losing $330 million per year to acquire customers. Private prison company on the hook for legal fees after suing investment group for saying it was doing stuff it was actually doing. France plans to repeat Adobe's costly mistakes by turning it into an even bigger, even more wrong-headed anti-piracy body called Arkham. No good deed goes unpunished, Google Apple criticized, for seeking to protect privacy in UK gov COVID contact tracing. Small Australian company cracked the San Bernardino shooter's iPhone for the FBI. Daily Deal, the complete 2021 beginner to expert guitar lessons bundle. The Pillow Dude's free speech social media website will moderate swear words because of course it will. Washington state votes to kill law that restricted community broadband. Lying NYPD narcotics detective just cost prosecutors nearly 100 convictions. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Celtics. Jenna Marbles. FedEx shooting, Indianapolis. Dogecoin. Warriors. Mike Pence. WNBA Draft 2021. Jim Jordan. Chicago. Stephen Curry. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Germany facing very serious third wave, Merkel warns and push for wider COVID powers. Boxing novice Jake Paul labeled deluded after claiming McGregor fight is closer than people think. Merkel says she's happy after receiving AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine as blood clot concerns persist. Chinese vaccine 67% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID-19, says Chilean government. Police investigate after referee gets supplexed at girls' basketball game in U.S. video. Google goes dark, U.S. users report massive outages of search giant. Utah Jazz's minorities-only college scholarship not racist against white kids, state governor says. Violating international rules, Russian Olympic boss hits out at U.S. after decision to deny youth ice hockey captain a visa. People getting more COVID scans lead to more lung cancers being detected. First Russian honorary fellow of top U.S. Surgical Society. Letting these girls know I'm here, UFC fan favorite Cortez targets title run as she makes emotional return to Vegas. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. This is the capitulation trigger line for CTAs shorting treasuries. Jerome Powell admits federal budget unsustainable but assumes we can fix it later. As Doge explodes, Robinhood crypto trading experiencing issues for second day. Rabobank, what's the point of no return? Mitch sentiment disappoints in April, inflation expectations spike to 9-year high. $544 billion in options expire today, here's what will move. Is China preparing a gold-backed yuan? Beijing greenlights purchases of billions in bullion. All U.S. states ranked from best to worst, according to Americans. Norway's health experts recommend banning AstraZeneca jab as Nordics get cold feet. U.S. housing starts rebound to highest since July 2006, rental permits tumble. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Reckoning with Foucault's alleged sexual abuse of boys in Tunisia. Pakistan temporarily blocks social media amid anti-France rallies. What are the Benin bronzes, and why are they so controversial? Opponents of Myanmar coup announce unity government. India, vaccine exclusion fears over digital ID, face recognition. US-China tech decoupling, IMF warns of global GDP crunch. From Germany to Ireland, a fresh push to return the Benin bronzes. Israeli army says it targeted Hamas military sites in Gaza. Turkey's Erdogan, Pakistani PM talk before Afghan peace summit. Brexit pain for UK financial hub is just beginning, study. The next headlines are from Breitbart. 21 dead, 3 survivors after Mediterranean migrant boat sinks. Jen Psaki, self-separating families unintended consequence of Joe Biden migrant policy. Nolte, Russia bounty hoax is reason number 11,207 to ignore the corporate media. Hungarian govt, big tech wants to rule our life and force us into a bubble. George W. Bush renews amnesty push for illegal immigrants. Democrat senators introduce one handgun a month purchase limit. Black Lives Matter co-founder who bought 4 homes says she is supporting family. Report, Mozambique jihadists beheading, skinning, cutting off limbs. McCarthy, do not trust Nancy Pelosi on claim she won't act on court packing. Pro-abort Chelsea Clinton to address Vatican conference on health. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, diver finds gold ring in California river, tracks down owner. $200,000 winning scratch-off lottery ticket went unscratched for 2 weeks. Watch, men in teddy bear costume walking from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Look, animal rescuers find reported iguana in a tree was a croissant. Watch, black bear cubs wander into North Carolina nursing home. Look, rangers try to capture wandering goat in Death Valley National Park. Look, world highest infinity pool is nearly 1,000 feet off the ground. Watch, escaped buffalo captured after 250 days on the loose in Connecticut. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 10 coolest restaurants around the world. Different spiritual beliefs about the soul. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Returning to love, frat brothers pay off mortgage for their house cook 30 years later. Drop off your old socks and this company will recycle them into cozy dog beds. Movement video game increased cognitive skills in 80-year-olds with severe dementia. Woman collecting shellfish discovers dinosaur footprint of Jurassic giant. New York City begins electrifying its garbage truck fleet. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, April 16th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man burglarized woman's home, stole her sex toys, police report. How failing at fractions saved the quarter pounder. Camel posted for sale on Craigslist as April Fool's joke. France cuts 2 nuclear-powered submarines in half to make 1 new one. UK facing garden gnome shortage following the Suez Canal fiasco. Why does Dever paint could help cool heating Earth? Study shows environment. Shy podcaster helped police crack California cold case. Beloved high school basketball coach killed trying to rob Mexican drug cartel, sheriff says. This newly unearthed Yugo dealer training video from 1988 is a true time capsule. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Canadian police pull over car thinking driver is drunk. Nope, it's self-driving. Hell yeah, the Kindle lock screen can now display book covers. Screen record and capture lossless quality audio with this Mac app bundle on sale. Watch these crazy Germans put a Tesla motor in a vintage VW truck. Washington state effectively bans gasoline vehicles from 2030. Ferrari's first all-electric sports car is coming in 2025. Here's what's happening with Google's location tracking case in Australia. My treadmill desk makes me happier and more productive. Here's why. PSA, hit on Google results pages to return your cursor to the search box. Review, Cozy Grove is what happens when game developers give a damn about players. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Triangular-shaped spikes key to coronavirus transmission, finds new study. Reliable COVID-19 short-term forecasting. The light-bending dance of binary black holes. How the humble wood chip is cleaning up water worldwide. From smoky skies to a green horizon, scientists convert fire-risk wood waste into biofuel. AI pinpoints local pollution hotspots using satellite images. Modeling ancient Antarctic ice sheets helps us see future of global warming. Scientists generate human-monkey chimeric embryos. How many T-Rexes were there? Billions. Bearded dragon embryos become females either through sex chromosomes or hot temperatures. The next headlines are from Information Week. Forecast of the future of work from MIT Sloan CIO Symposium. How to ensure your machine learning models aren't fooled. Oz boosts support for girls in technicians' inclusivity efforts. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, April 16th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA adds Vulcan Centaur launch services to launch services contract. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. I am free today. After 3 years, Vicky Chavez can safely leave her sanctuary at a Salt Lake City church. New details emerge about a Cache County teacher's alleged assault of a student. Here are 5 things Utah Governor Spencer Cox said he would do in his first 100 days. Did he do them? Utah Governor Spencer Cox plans to focus on these 3 things in his next 100 days. Businessman M. Walker Wallace, who shaped Utah sports and culture, dies. Man arrested in Roy after another man is killed. Burgess Owens lies at U.S. border are not the Utah way, Tribune editorial board writes. Utah's budget surplus is set to grow. What will lawmakers do with extra cash? Tom Goldsmith, they sought refuge in our Salt Lake City church. ICE fined them $500,000. Utah Republicans plan in-person convention despite cash crunch and coronavirus risk. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Australia finds Google misled users over data collection. Pfizer CEO says third COVID vaccine dose likely needed within 12 months. 99.992% of fully vaccinated people have dodged COVID, CDC data shows. Amazon tried to coerce Echo Bee into collecting private user data, the WSJ reports. Massachusetts wants to pull the plug on Robinhood. Striking charter workers build ICE where profits are returned to users. California to hunt greenhouse gas leaks and super emitters with monitoring satellites. Google researchers boost speech recognition accuracy with more datasets. Bezos says Amazon workers aren't treated like robots, unveils robotic plan to keep them working. Ireland opens GDPR investigation into Facebook leak. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Blue Angels taking Boeing Super Hornet to skies this summer. Southwest Missouri convenience store shooting suspect in court April 28. Country music star Thomas Rhett's tour coming to St. Louis in 2021. 8 dead in mass shooting at Indianapolis FedEx facility, shooter dead. Grants Farm welcomes guests back with Deer Park Adventure Experience. Fans can pay their respects to late blues great Bobby Pledger at Enterprise Center today. High temperatures in the upper 50s, keep umbrella handy for spot showers. Man charged in October I-270 crash that killed Bayer executive. Vehicle plan tonight for 3 teens that died in Valmeyer crash Tuesday. St. Anne Police Department making taser changes following Minnesota police shooting, unrest. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Activate this hidden Facebook security feature to prevent hackers from taking over your account. Tips to hit and run that left 71-year-old on life support. FEMA's funeral program overwhelmed by 1 million calls on first day. Weddings, private events can resume under new state guidance. Fire tiers 2 through East County home. Ocean Beach Pier faces possible demolition, report shows. Officials clear encampment, offer motel vouchers and dump rugs in its place. Teens get their first shot at COVID-19 vaccination. 1 dead in Spring Valley shooting, suspect sought. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. The excellent 1960s set Spy City does the genre proud on AMC+. Why is the Wispy the best Android spy app? Let's discuss. GISusser.com. Analysis: the government finally connects the line from Trump's campaign to Russian intelligence. Analysis: the Daily 202, Biden's Central Intelligence Agency chief sounds warning about Afghanistan withdrawal. The Biden administration just accused a $1 billion Russian cybersecurity company of recruiting spies. How to track my wife's phone without her knowing it times connection. Steven Strasberg ticked about Cardinals spy camera. White House blames Russian spy agency SVR for SolarWinds hack, statement. When the Central Intelligence Agency was everywhere, except on screen. JSTOR Daily. Child porn investigation allegedly turns up hidden camera in man's house. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army tests counter-drone interceptors at Yuma Proving Ground. U.S. Marines MQ-9A completed 10,000 flight hours in support of Central Command operations. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. 4 divorce petitions and 2 protective orders aren't enough to allow this woman to leave her abusive husband. The global RMB is coming, here's why. The 2021 Women's Conference, May 12 to 13, 2021. Populism with buttons, how a Chinese military overcoat came to symbolize an era. When the Philadelphia Orchestra helped China fall in love with classical music. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, April 16, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Independent investigation finds San Leandro officer used excessive force against Stephen Taylor. Police trying to identify gunman, motive in FedEx shooting. Dante Wright's family demands more severe charges for ex-cop. How San Jose is reaching its homeless, vulnerable residents for vaccines. Can police stop drivers over air fresheners? Fremont parents threaten to sue school district if classrooms remain closed. FBI, child porn videos taken at San Francisco daycare center. Live, officials address deadly Indianapolis mass shooting, 8 killed. Protesters vandalize downtown Walnut Creek with anti-police graffiti. Crowd gathers in SF to condemn police killings of Daunte Wright, Roger Allen. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. German-Australian author Walter Kaufmann dies at 97. Kremlin ponders next moves after being hit by U.S. sanctions. Grains mixed, livestock mixed. Coast Guard divers hope to reach 12 missing in capsized ship. Des Plaines man facing child predator charges after online sting. Schaumburg ban on holiday displays crossing sidewalks sparks protest. Last Fling organizers planning a scaled-back version of Naperville Festival. Are ties to marijuana industry a problem for suburban lawmakers seeking CBD rules? The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle could reach 80 degrees this weekend with lurid meteor shower viewing opportunity. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclones Yuragi 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, April 16th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Former Vice President Mike Pence pacemaker surgery goes well, expected to fully recover. Blue Bell, how Brenham's Little Creamery became a beloved favorite. Indianapolis shooting, police trying to identify motive after gunman kills aide at FedEx facility. Adam Toledo shooting, bodicam video of teen killed by Chicago police released by COPA. Consumer Reports endurance tests determine the best vinyl sighting options. Brian native starring in Disney on Ice says dream job was gone in seconds when pandemic hit. Remembering Selena, California muralists reflect on Selena's timeless impact. John Stamos scores fun new role as women's basketball coach in new Disney Plus series Big Shot. Here's how Mank production designer Don Bird brought historic 1930s LA to life. How Houstonians can celebrate Selena's 50th birthday today. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. 3 resign from Auschwitz Council after politician appointed. 100-meter champ Coleman to miss Olympics despite reduced ban. EU-UK talks over Brexit fail to reach breakthrough. Global shares rise as vaccine wave tempers Wall Street optimism. The latest, WHO chief calls growth in virus cases worrying. Exclamation point, Keelung Fort Commander's official residence opens on weekends. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Early edition, Paul Krugman rips into Andrew Yang's demonstrably wrong ideas. NYPD defends use of no-knock warrant method that is now under scrutiny. National Grid is building a natural gas pipeline through North Brooklyn, but do we need it? How Andrew Yang got caught laughing on camera at a comedian's misogynistic jokes. Extra, what if the super rich didn't return to NYC? Maya Wiley releases education plan, calling for 1,000 more teachers to create smaller classes. Indonesian asylum seekers survived Trump's attempt to deport them, but now they're facing off against Biden. As mayoral candidates get fresh taxpayer-funded payouts, campaign finance board withholds money from Sean Donovan. City launches first scooter share pilot this summer in the Bronx. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Interview, Myanmar military increasing efforts to keep truth from getting out, UN expert says. Northeast Nigeria violence forces 65,000 to flee, humanitarians targeted by armed groups. Trafficking survivor and son born of rape face daily discrimination upon return to Nigeria. World moving towards a devastating marriage of artificial intelligence and weapons of war. Inequality virus threatens catastrophe for all unless crisis can be overcome together. Global austerity alert, looming budget cuts in 2021 to 2025 and alternatives. Countering gender stereotyping in the news media. UN envoy highlights diplomatic unity as key to help end Yemen war. Japan, UN experts deeply disappointed by decision to discharge Fukushima water. Studying marine life's brief break from human noise. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. The Central Intelligence Agency used to infiltrate the media, now the Central Intelligence Agency is the media. Hong Kong billionaire and newspaper tycoon Jimmy Lai gets 12 months in prison for a role in anti-Beijing protests. U.S. intel community walks back claim Russia put bounties on American troops in Afghanistan, report. Young, healthy South Mississippi man suffers stroke hours after receiving J&J vaccine. 142 fully vaccinated people in Houston test positive for COVID-19. State to require COVID vaccination for those attending Burning Man 2021. Blue wall crumbling as second state ends qualified immunity for bad cops. How Bill Gates helped drug companies maintain their monopoly on vaccines during COVID. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Family asks feds to reopen case on Tamir Rice police killing. U.S. says Russia was given Trump campaign polling data in 2016. 8 dead in shooting at FedEx facility in Indianapolis. Explainer, can officers stop drivers for air fresheners? Video, Adam Toledo wasn't holding gun when shot by officer. No, Chinese authorities didn't seize 7,221 penises on Nigerian cargo ship. Did Bernie Sanders say no one should get rich enough off politics to buy multiple homes? Is this California AS and flu license plate real? Is this a real Chicago Tribune column about Adam Toledo? Ohio officer whose pet down missed gun cautioned against rushing. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. A vaccine, Lady Gaga, and dreams of a post-pandemic dance floor. Michigan man with Down syndrome who could not get COVID vaccine has died. A new mayor but the same killer cops and cover-ups in Lori Lightfoot's Chicago. Brazil's COVID patients tied to beds and ventilated without sedatives. Gym that defied lockdown linked to at least 580 infections and 1 death. British royals survive 30 years longer than their subjects. Convicted face-biter says Batman headline ruined his life. Dem leaders quick to kill liberal dream of packing the court. Prince Harry and Prince William's drama overshadows Prince Philip's funeral plans. Republicans cannot quit the hair of the Trump that bit them. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Buccaneers Scotty Miller has second wedding after Super Bowl 2021 win. Middle school teacher busted again for 2-year sex affair with teen girl that included sex in the classroom. John Cleese rolls Hank Azaria hard with mock Monty Python apology. Ref gets body slammed in wild youth basketball brawl. Amelia Hanlon wears bracelet featuring boyfriend Scott Disick's name. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. The Lyrid meteor shower peaks. Infinity and Beyond. Episode 18, The Cosmic Microwave Background. What would happen if Earth stopped spinning? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. SpaceX Crew Dragon cleared for launch. Biden working to ensure U.S. will have booster COVID-19 shots, if necessary. Science journalist says Earth is on verge of another mass extinction. Third COVID shot likely needed within 12 months. Dr. Anthony Fauci on Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine pause. Brazil's COVID crisis intensifies as worrisome variant spreads. CDC panel needs more time to weigh risks of Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine. U.S. climate envoy John Kerry has talks in China. COVID-19 long haulers cope with lasting virus symptoms. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. CNN's Renee Marsh announces son, too, has died of brain cancer. I am forever changed because of you. Chicago Police Union president says officer that shot 13-year-old Adam Toledo was actually heroic. Alarming number of babies, children dying of COVID in Brazil, study. Biden meets Japanese premier at White House in first face-to-face meeting with foreign leader. AOC accuses Chicago prosecutor of lying about police killing of 13-year-old Adam Toledo. Indiana flags ordered lowered to have staff after FedEx shooting leaves 8 dead. All-time Tyrannosaurus rex population was 2.5 billion, new study estimates. 8 workers killed, others injured during late-night shooting at Indianapolis FedEx facility. Multiple people shot at Indianapolis FedEx facility, shooter dies by suicide, police. Honduran family who spent 3 years in Utah church in fear of deportation steps outside after ICE ruling. The following headlines are from military.com. Army wants deadlier landmines that attack enemy tanks from above. Air Force colonel allowed to retire amid reports of frat boy atmosphere in unit. Bill would give U.S. vets of 1966 Spain bomb accident benefits. FBI joins investigation of traffic stop involving Black Army officer. White House, intel on Russian bounties on U.S. troops shaky. Judge grants Jewish sailor temporary reprieve after Navy orders him to shave beard. Fort Jackson suspends drill instructor involved in alleged assault of black man. Former Malmstrom airman pleads guilty to negligent homicide. Reported that 80 years ago, retired Navy Captain Robbie Roberts turns 107. In Special Warfare milestone, female enlisted airman to enter combat controller training. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Trump appointees blocked EPA from investigating ethylene oxide polluters and prevented staff from warning Americans about the cancer-causing gas, report says. Teenage girl killed in Little Village shooting. Basement fire in back of the yards kills 2 people. Little Village quietly mourns as video of Adam Toledo's fatal shooting by a Chicago police officer emerges. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, here's what's happening Friday with COVID-19 in the Chicago area. Column, when police kill a child like Adam Toledo, all of us bear the shame and the blame. Daywatch, Little Village mourns as Adam Toledo video emerges, CPS-CTU reach tentative deal to reopen high schools and a look at legal weed's first year in Chicago. Column, as pandemic pace slows, hospital chaplain sees COVID-19 workers begin to process trauma, all of us up here were fighting a war. First Lady Jill Biden, U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona to visit Illinois Community College. Co-worker charged with murder of Portage Park man found in trunk of Cadillac on Northwest Side, police. The following headlines are from phys.org. Fast radio bursts shown to include lower frequency radio waves than previously detected. You're not imagining it. 3 ways COVID-19 has been extra hard on American parents. Quality and quantity of enrichments influence well-being of aquaculture fishes. 87 Neanderthal footprints found on an ancient Iberian shoreline. Taking a systems thinking approach to anti-black racism. Wearable sensors that detect gas leaks. Alpine plants are losing their white protective coat. Press reporting on nuclear waste disposal, national models of watchdog journalism. Leonardo da Vinci definitely did not sculpt the Flora bust. Generation of super-resolved optical needle and multifocal array using graphene oxide meta lenses. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, April 16th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Holotropic breathing promises psychedelic-like trips without the drugs. Is it safe? The sky phenomena that may have inspired artist George Seurat. How plant vaccines could save us from a world without fruit. Fight or flight? Why our cavemen brains keep getting confused. The 5 most important scientific equations of all time. Marmots are teaching their captive-bred friends how to live in the wild. A mysterious mass in a man's kidney points to cancer, but what else could it be? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. The benchmark, Tuchel's admiration for Guardiola remains. Portugal reaps benefits of a prolonged COVID-19 lockdown. Marquez returns to MotoGP after 8 months out with arm injury. L.A. fills Dudamel to become music director of Paris Opera. Keith Urban, Mickey Guyton have chemistry as ACM hosts. U.S. setting up $1.7 billion national network to track virus variants. Chen tops Hanai to win men's free skate at World Team Trophy. Bird feeders can go up again, but remain vigilant, Washington state officials say. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Mailbag, has Juan Toscano Anderson earned a rotation spot? Great cities recover, Wells Fargo senior economist thinks these Bay Area cities will be the first to bounce back. 1 killed, 1 wounded in Oakland shootings. San Leandro, police officer should have used taser during fatal shooting. Hotline newsletter, 2 Pac-12 contract extensions down, 1 to go, or maybe not. Count them out, earthquakes like their odds no matter what others think. Harry and William not likely meant rift after Philip's funeral, relationship is in tatters. New Works festivals target at home audiences. The U.S. has reported at least 45 mass shootings in the last month. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Public wary on new gun laws, poll. Suspects in Billings homicide die near West Yellowstone. Housing for migrant kids currently unaided in Connecticut. Authorities have yet to positively identify Indianapolis shooting suspect, FBI says premature to speak. Mom sues over teen suicide at Maine Youth Detention Center. South Africa takes first step to offer jabs to the elderly. Hawaii program for tourists in need may close due to cuts. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Chemical industry lobbyist in Trump EPA suppressed evidence of cancer risk. The U.S. could have left Afghanistan years ago, sparing many lives. Oklahoma lawmaker calls abortion worse than slavery. The New Mexico spring. There shouldn't be vaccine patents in a health crisis. Most Americans agree, waive them. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, April 16th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. CNIO researchers explain the toxicity of USP7 inhibitors, under development for cancer treatment. Are our oil and gas pipelines safe during an earthquake? A rich marine algal ecosystem 600 million years earlier than previously thought. Vitamin D deficiency may impair muscle function. Promising results from first-in-human study of a novel pet radiopharmaceutical. Older adults most likely to make the effort to help others. Studies suggest people with blood cancers may not be optimally protected after COVID-19 vaccination. Inspired by data warehousing, a new platform integrates disparate information systems. Fruit flies give researchers new insights into the highway of the nerve cells. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Johnson & Johnson vaccine pause won't slow UC appointments, Hive updates. NFL partners with Caesars, FanDuel and DraftKings on sports betting deals. Police trying to identify gunman, motive in FedEx shooting that left 8 dead, others wounded. Breaking down Week 5's top high school football games. Beating the drum, why freshwater drum, Sheep's Head, deserves some respect in southern Lake Michigan. 2 die in back-of-the-yard's basement fire. Pete Davidson to star as punk legend Joey Ramone in Netflix biopic. Rusty Young, founding member of Poco who wrote Crazy Love, dies at 75. Ask the doctors, diet, exercise can help arthritis pain, inflammation. Simon & Schuster won't distribute book by officer in deadly Breonna Taylor raid. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Central West End favorite Wildflower has closed. Tishora Jones picks Dan Esom, Heather Taylor for public safety. Missouri House rejects resignation of Republican accused of sexually abusing his children. Driver killed when car exiting I-55 launches into St. Louis business. St. Louis doctor on vacation saves a life in California. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Rep. Jewel Jones charged with drunken driving, resisting police after car crash. Legendary Detroit producer Don Was prepares for a gig of a lifetime and launches WDET series with LEC. Mudgee's Deli to open a second location in Detroit's Rivertown Market. Detroit tequila brand owned by a black woman is first of its kind. Federal lawsuit alleges Detroit police brutalized man for helping protesters get to safety. Cranbrook Academy of Art opens graduate degree exhibition. Michigan's top doc, eating in restaurants is simply not a safe thing to do right now. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, April 16th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Rockets tech game strong in block of ransomware attack. Houston filmmaker releases delightfully pure fake trailer, plans future horror. Openings and closings, Tres Amigos arrives, Julep returns. The 1836 project is probably going to end up being Confederate glorification. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, in the earth. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, fight hunger and end waste, plus the Katy sip and stroll. Bluesman Chris Kane raises his profile with Alligator debut. The Power of We, possessed by Paul James returns to Houston. NFL odds, Deshaun Watson still a top-tier NFL MVP candidate in 2021. Best virtual bets, parallel play, Spectres of Noon, and Hope. The next headlines are about world records making news. Photos, world record breaking San Diego family through the decades, NBC7 San Diego. Around the tracks, blind racer to attempt a new world record in a 600 kilowatt Corvette, car advice. Meet the 1,042-year-old family with 12 siblings, one in San Diego. They hold a Guinness World Record, NBC San Diego. 600 drones set world record with Vincent van Gogh tribute, Nerdist. First infusion set with wear up to 7 days, world record set by Medtronic, World Record Academy. BTS collect 2 new Dynamite Guinness World Records, Forbes. Watch powerlifter Leah Reichman set a new world record with a 399.1 kilogram squat, Yahoo Lifestyle UK. Teenage Rapunzel with world's longest hair at over 6 feet finally gets it cut after 12 years, Newsweek. Resort in Dubai now holds Guinness World Record for highest outdoor pool, WLNS. Run with world record setter Sufia Khan, Hindustan Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. 2 new Galaxy Book laptops get leaked ahead of Samsung's upcoming Unpacked event. New Horizons captures goosebump-inducing image as it approaches milestone distance from the sun. Adorable pork pterosaur flapped above Jurassic China. You can finally use book covers as Kindle lock screens. The best gadgets to 420 blaze it. Here's what to expect at Apple's spring-loaded event. Microsoft Edge adds a kids mode for parents worried about their shared devices. A Tesla helped police track down a hate crime suspect accused of burning down a black church. Amazon reportedly pressures small businesses with retaliation if they don't hand over user data. You can now buy but definitely cannot afford LG's $89,000 rollable alt. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Matam in Senegal at 111.92 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 93.46 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 69.7 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. SARS-CoV-2 variant found in Brazil, more infectious, may limit immunity. Google veteran pans Tesla autopilot, we were doing better in 2010. Almost everything we'd want in a gaming laptop, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G15. Rocket report, SpaceX to build huge launch tower, Branson sells Virgin stock. Resident Evil 4 VR announced for Oculus Quest 2 as a first-person remake. 99.992% of fully vaccinated people have dodged COVID, CDC data shows. Popular software development tool Docker gets Apple M1 support. MIT scientists study spiderweb structure by translating it into music. U.S. government strikes back at Kremlin for SolarWinds hack campaign. Striking charter workers build ice where profits are returned to users. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Oklahoma stuck with over 1 million hydroxychloroquine doses after Trump hype drug proved to be a bust. A huge letdown, Mike Lindell's social media site launches, and his fans are not happy. I will never forgive them. Lawmakers, reporters and police remain traumatized by Capitol riots 100 days later. Proud Boy charged with pepper spraying Capitol cops catches COVID-19 in jail, attorney. Secret Facebook pages for elite military members are full of QAnon conspiracies and calls to murder officials, report. Screaming Ohio woman went on a punching and biting rampage after being asked to wear a mask, police. There's a profound moral problem that the pro-life movement ignores. MSNBC's Morning Joe rips Jim Jordan's sheer idiocy about Dr. Fauci, you have to be a moron to believe it. Trump's D.C. critics forced to spend tens of thousands of dollars on personal security after Capitol riots, report. God bless, leaked data shows cop sent warning message to Kyle Rittenhouse. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Planes, trains, and working women. The Oscar-nominated writers of Judas and the Black Messiah just wanted to make a good film for Fred. Businessman convicted of foreign lobbying crimes paid for secret Trump White House mission to Qatar. Video shows a Chicago 13-year-old had his hands up. An officer shot and killed him. Chauvin's lawyer uses the everything but any defense. The first Chess Kid USA Girls and Women's Championship is 2 days away. No hoax, new report says Trump's 2016 campaign shared info with Russian intelligence. Jim Jordan started ranting about lost liberty in the pandemic. Dr. Fauci wasn't having it. Not even Ivanka can save the nearly half of Republicans refusing to get vaccinated. Indigenous and environmental groups warn Biden not to trust Bolsonaro. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Measuring neutron star squeezability, URIC alert. Interspecifics awarded SETI XAI residency at SETI Institute and Ars Electronica Future Lab, SETI Institute. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. This ant can shrink and regrow its brain, Smithsonian Magazine. Psychedelics re-emerge in treatment of depression in Canada, Deccan Herald. What separates humans from AI? It's doubt, Financial Times. In Canada, psychedelics re-emerge in treatment of depression, France 24. Neuropixels 2.0, a miniaturized high-density probe for stable, long-term brain recordings, Science Magazine. FAU researchers receive grants to combat Alzheimer's disease, Florida Atlantic University. Study reveals how sleep boosts learning, International News Network. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, April 16, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Prince Philip's lifelong interest in UFOs or flying saucers. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, April 16, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.